When thinking of the most dominant truck driver, Kyle Busch probably pops to mind first. And why wouldn't he? At the making of this video, he has grabbed a record 63 wins over a span of just 166 races. That means he has a win percentage of nearly 38. However, he doesn't hold the best win percentage ever. Now you may be expecting maybe all-time champion and Hall of Famer Ron Hornaday may hold it, or truck legends Jack Sprague and Mike Skinner. But none of them do. Instead, the man who we're talking about today is someone most would never think of as a truck driver. That being Kasey Kahne. Now, Kahne only ever ran 6 truck races, and of course that doesn't make him the most accomplished ever. But what's worth talking about is what Kahne did in those 6 races. Let's go to the first truck start, Darlington Raceway 2004. At this point, Kasey Kahne is a rookie in Cup, still looking for win number 1. He, along with full-time Cup requirements, has ran roughly 30 races for Brad Atkins in the 38 Busch car. Ray Evernham and Dodge then decides to put him in the top team in the Truck Series, the 2 at Ultra Motorsports. Originally, the truck was driven by Andy Houston, but by Bristol, he was out, and they put Jim McMurray in for a few races where he finished second and won at Martinsville. Besides those 2 runs, however, for the 2 team, it had an average finish of 17th. Kahne got in it and qualified a humble 4th place in the penultimate race of the season. During the race, he would drive up to the lead by lap 20, passing Bobby Hamilton Jr. Overall, he would lead 95 laps, fending off Bobby Hamilton Sr. and teammate Ted Musgrave. Near the end, a caution comes out, and Kahne had to hold on in a green-white checkered shootout to win.
Checkered in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Everyone on their feet for this finish. Kasey Kahne brings him to the green flag.
Green flag.
Oh, he brought him down slow, Rick.
Oh, problems! Bobby Hamilton Jr. gets spun around. Bobby Hamilton Sr. takes over the 2 spot, and problems behind them. David Runeman hitting very hard into the side of the 59 of Bobby Hamilton Jr.
That means the race is over. We only get to do a green-white checkered 1 time.
Kahne in his first truck start wins officially. And while he isn't the first man to do it, he was the first man to do this.
White flag comes out for Kasey Kahne and the Team ASE CarQuest Dodge in only his 2nd ever start in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. He leads his teammate through the backstretch and into 3 and 4, and coming out of turn number 4, Kasey Kahne will take the checkered flag for the 2nd time, winning his 2nd career NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race.
The following week at Homestead, Kahne went on and dominated, leading 54 laps and winning 2 of 2 races. After Kahne wins his first 2 truck starts, many thought he'd make more attempts for Dodge, but that never happened. As a matter of fact, he would have to wait 6 years before we would see him in the Truck Series again.
Eric Almirola will be a contender here at Pocono. Again, the trucks have never raced at this track, and that's bringing in all the star power. We heard from Elliott Sadler, Kasey Kahne. As we mentioned, Denny Hamlin also in this field. Hamlin is a 4-time Pocono winner.
Pocono Raceway, 2010. It's the first time the Truck Series has raced at the 2.5-mile track, and Kasey Kahne is now driving the 18 Toyota for Kyle Busch Motorsports. During the race, Kahne leads on and off all day, battling with Elliott Sadler. With 6 to go, he passes Denny Hamlin, taking the lead on a restart, and Hamlin gets pushed wide through 1, and it appears Kahne may be cruising away with the victory, until
They battle for trouble. Oh, turns around. That's the 21 of Donnie Leah.
Big damage on that white truck back there. Truck's going down pit road. That's Hamlin.
Hamlin goes down pit road.
That was a 64 of Chase Mattioli that made contact with Donnie Leah.
Big time. I mean, both trucks pretty torn up.
after the crash off of turn 3, Kahne has to defend on a late race restart. Kahne gets split and shuffled back to 5th. He gets another shot, however, after Ron Hornaday smashes the inside guardrail off of turn 2. And the race restarts again, as Kahne has to fight with Matt Crafton for the opening lap of the restart, and finally gets around him coming to the white flag. The battle though slows him enough that he can't catch leader Elliott Sadler, and will finish 2nd. Even though this is the case, he makes one hell of a charge in the final corner, gaining 6/10 through turn 3. For 2011, Kyle Busch got Kahne to come back for another race at Darlington. This time, he repeated what he did 7 years prior: 95 laps led, domination, and holding on through a 3-lap shootout at the finish against Ron Hornaday, Todd Bodine, and Matt Crafton. After his 3rd career victory though, he never ran again for KBM. Instead, it would take a whole nother year for him to run a Truck Series race. Rockingham Speedway, 2012. The Truck Series' first ever race at the legendary track. Kasey Kahne will run the number 4 Steve Turner car, a Chevrolet, as he replaced Brad Sweet, who qualified the truck. Kahne races towards the front and grabs the lead with 46 to go. This time, there is no green-white checkered situation, and Kahne wins, getting win number 4 in the 4 truck. Overall, he caps off a Turner 1-2, as James Buescher gets second. But this success doesn't lure him back to the team. Matter of fact, we have to wait till 2015 for Kasey Kahne to make his last ever truck start.
This guy doesn't have a bad record here. Kasey Kahne, he's been in he's won 4 Truck Series races. He's finished second in the 5th. He's qualified on the pole, but he's got to go to the back, as we've talked about, and he will start his Chevrolet on board, the Haas Automation Chevy, from the back of the pack.
Everybody, I'm sorry about our little malfunction here, but we got a great truck, great team. We're still going to win this thing. I'm optimistic. Sounds good to me. Thanks for letting me drive this thing, guys. It's been good. It's been fun.
Charlotte Motor Speedway, 2015. Kasey Kahne is a 3-time Coke 600 winner, and by this point, he is running a 00 truck for Junior Motorsports. He wins the pole, and lingers towards the front all night. Kahne gets the lead off a restart with around 25 to go, and holds it through another restart with less than 20 to go. His biggest challenge soon comes in the way of Erik Jones, driving for KBM in the 4 truck. In a weird way, what Erik Jones is doing is a symbol of Kahne's 4 truck wins prior. The number he's running is the same that he won with Steve Turner. Erik Jones is also running for KBM, the same team that Kasey Kahne ran 2 races with. And perhaps it may also be a symbol of what Kahne was in 2004. Just like Kahne at that point, Erik Jones is a hot prospect, fighting for every opportunity he gets, and going on a hot streak at only the age of 17. He had 5 top 10s already by the age of legal adulthood, and had become the youngest Truck Series winner ever at that point. The 14 of Daniel Hemrick crashes near the end of the race, and it sets up a classic green-white checkered shootout between the two of them. A shootout that should never be forgotten.
Kahne to the inside. Green-white checker at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Here comes Reddick. He's got a good run going. He's going to jump to the inside.
Kasey Kahne denies him. Erik Jones can't get away. Side by side as they go down to turn 1.
Looked like Kahne spun his tires a bit, but man, did he recover.
Boy, he did.
He's right beside Jones. Can he get the push from Reddick?
Matt Crafton working that outside lane. I'm not sure there wasn't a little contact there. Kahne on the inside trying to make the pass for the lead. Off of turn 4, they'll see the white flag this time by.
We're side by side coming to the white. It doesn't get any better than this in NASCAR.
Final lap.
White flag, one more.
Next flag ends it, whether it be the caution or the checker. Advantage Kasey Kahne into 1.
Erik Jones stays right there, right in this quarter panel. They're dead even off of 2.
This is intense. Those guys want it so bad.
Who's going to have the advantage? Kahne eking out in front as they come off of turn 4. Jones trying to power to the outside. Here they come back to the start-finish line. It's going to be a photo finish, sliding sideways at the line. Kasey Kahne wins it at Charlotte, and a huge crash behind him.
How's us first? I haven't heard from NASCAR yet.
Kasey Kahne, by 0.05 of a second, wins over Erik Jones, going 5 for 6 in his Truck Series career. Overall, Kahne in his 6 starts averaged a finish of 1.167, average leading 40% of all the laps he ever ran, including one race where he started from the back. And all these accomplishments weren't done over one season with one team, but over a decade of 5 different seasons with 4 vastly different teams and 3 vastly different manufacturers. While Kyle Busch, Ron Hornaday, Jack Sprague, and Mike Skinner may all be recognized as having the most accolades in Truck Series history, there was never a driver more dominant, more matter-of-fact, and more absolute about winning truck races than Kasey Kahne.